Good afternoon, class. Today we are going to see some introductory topics of the software environments what we are using in distributed and cloud computing. So in previous classes, we have a brief introduction about the topics, what are the system models we are using, deployments we are using, and what are the efficiency of these computing. So what are the types of the computings, what are the technologies which are emerged in network based systems, and why these computing is chosen over these internet, whether it is a scalable or not. All these things has been discussed. Likewise, we are going to discuss, we are going to see about these environments which has been included in these distributed systems and as well as in the cloud systems, which is involving the software. So in this we have three topics or the three representations. So first we will see service oriented architecture. In previous yesterday's class, I gave a brief introduction about what could be a service and what is a service oriented architecture, and then what are the trends we are trends means here what are the different operating systems we are using, what are the different things we are emerging with our operating system will be discussed. And after that we will have the parallel and distributed programming models which are chosen, and what are the different types of the models we are using in programming, whether it is a parallel or the distributed, and several examples are there. We will see the architecture of their examples, and we will have the brief introduction of them also. So the first one is service oriented architecture. In the simple form we will specify, or we will give it as a SOA. So here, how we are going to specify what is a service oriented architecture means, simply we can say it is a software design. So it is a software design which is used for providing the services to other components which are specified as the application components. So what we are doing is we are making available of these services to the other components. To other components means whatever we are using, whether we are means communicating this thing through your phone or device, that is a laptop or PC or anything. What it is doing is it is trying to connect to your service oriented one through a communication protocol over a network. So what could be the communication protocols, or what it is having is it is supporting or it is giving multiple things. But in web services means they all the things what you are choosing will be according to the will be over the network on internet only. So that's why the services what we are availing from the cloud or from any other component will be done by the will be through web only. So that's why we are using the we are availing these services in a network which is the web. So what it is doing is it is trying to connect or trying to specify all these things, or trying to interface with these services through other component using several protocols or the several things. So in among that one we are having two protocols, that is the first one is the REST, another one is the SOAP. So in coming slides we will see what is this one. Remember ma, first one is the REST and then another one is the SOAP. So these are the two protocols what you are using for processing or for means getting into the connection to communicate through this network, and then next we avail the services what you are having. So now we are reading, or we are having the subject that is the web technologies. Now we are seeing some you are getting some HTML tags are there, HTML programs are there. You have gone through how the HTML programs are designing, how it is processing all these things. There we are using hypertext markup language. In that only we have the another language, that is the extended markup language, that is the XML is there, and also we have the JSON. So these are the things what we are using for protocols, that is markup languages which are using for these protocols. The rest what you are mentioning here is it is using HTML and then next XML and also some representations called as JSON. So here these are the things which has been used by these REST. But coming to the SOAP, so here it is using only XML. Okay. So what is a SOAP stand? You will see what is a SOAP or the what it is stands for means simple object access protocol. So on coming to the next one, that is a REST. So the REST is representational state protocol. Sorry, state transfer protocol. So we are having, we are discussing about the SOA. So what is the SOA is? It is a software design which has been used to provide these services to be available for the other components. To be available for the other components means there should be some protocol we are using there. So we have gone through some SMTP is there, and then next NTP, all these things we are using this. The transfer protocols has been seen in the computer networks. Why they are useful means to transfer the data over the internet network. What you are using, you will use some network architecture like that. Likewise, what we are using is we are using the SOA. So here what this SOA is doing is it is using two different protocols based on your processing, and means we need to decide whether it is processing all these things means you want to require the SOAP protocol or this or the REST protocol. Yeah, means your environment will decide all these things. So first, what you have to do is nothing but we need to take the vendors to be processes to be do all these things through the SOA only. So we need to specify all these things has to be done through these protocols what you have chosen. And then next we are having the properties which are chosen for the SOA. So what are the properties it is mentioning or it is giving here is, so here whatever you are designing means, so for example you are providing a service means the service is storage. So what is the major outcome or the main outcome of the storage will be, it will store your data, that's all. Means what it does here, whatever the data you are presenting will be stored into your things. So in your storage device what you are chosen there. So what it is specifying is the activity what you are mentioning, the activity what you are doing means for what you are designing a service, what it is specifying here is you should take care of the outcome, the major outcome what you are designing. Means for example you are specifying all these things means you are designing for a purpose and you are not achieving that purpose means it's not a encourageable one. What you have to do is nothing but we need to specify that activity should reach its outcome. And coming to this uh, it's a self-contained second one. What is a self-contained means, for what is it is designed or what it is needed will be with itself only. Means it is independent on others, not dependent on others. Why so here? Last he see here what I am depending, SOA is also intended to independent of the vendors and then products and then technologies here. What you are doing here, SOA is to provide the service, that's all. So if you are changing your vendor, if you are changing your product, if you are changing your technology or anything is being changed, then there will be no effect on the that is SOA, software, that is a service oriented architecture. So what it is specifying is it should be a self-contained one, because what is the meaning of the self-contained is it is should be independent or not depending, or we may say it not be influenced by changing updations what has been done by the vendors, like that. What it is, it won't be specify all these things into consideration. And coming to the what is the fourth factor or the fourth property, what it is having is should be means I am availing the service of a cloud. So what my work is, what the service here is, I have to know that one only, whether they are providing the service or not, like that things has to be considered in my mind. How they are maintaining the service, who are the vendors, and then next what are the vendor works, what is the architecture they are following, what is anything, these things are specified as a inner workings. Means I don't have the means I don't have much knowledge about all these things, and what they are saying is you don't need to gain the knowledge about the inner workings. What is the work there? You need to store your data, or you need to access a that is what is Google Colab or the Google Docs or anything what you are means you want to avail the service of that thing, just go to that thing and then next avail the service, that's all. And what you are doing is innerly you are, how they are maintaining, what these the things are doing, what is the architecture, what could be the infrastructure, or how they are maintaining the security, all these things has been inner workings. What you are that there is no need to the consumer, means we don't have the means don't want to take that much of the knowledge to know about all these things there. So other thing is why it may consist of the underlying services also. Underlying services means which has been provided or which has been done by the providers there itself. So the providers will look after these underlying services. So the first one is for what you have been designed, means the service has been designed for what you have been designed should reach its outcome. Okay, that is the first one. And then second one means what it is, you are writing a program, what would be the output, means for what you are writing a program will be the output. Means for example you are writing the stack operations and you are performing the queue operations in that one, what it will be, it is not the specified outcome. So for what you are designing is the well, you should reach that one. So likewise what they are saying is you design this thing for the for this service, what you have to do, the consumer, the customer or the end user will expect that only. So the activity should with the specified outcome only, not others will be considered. So self-contained means it need not to be depends upon the other things. So what it is doing is it must concentrate on the providing the service only. And then next the consumers, what you are specifying, the consumers could not be nosy. Why nosy means they unnecessarily they don't need to involve in these things. What it is specifying, you need for the service, I am giving the service, why you should aware of the things what I am having, that is how I am operating all these things, what are the infrastructures we are following, what is the structure, what is the architectures. So all these things could not be means knowledgeable to you. What you have to do, you should be not be aware of all these things. And then next what are the, it is having some underlying services also. These underlying services will be means undertaken by the providers we are chosen, or the cloud creators or the cloud maintenance persons will be there. All these things will be make into considerations here. So the main means the main aim, the basic thing here is what we need to do, we are having your environments, that is we are maintaining that is a virtual environments are there. So here we are taking our services over the internet. So who is going to take care of these things? Who is going to provide, means the service oriented architecture will give the services to be available for the consumer by using some protocols. So I mentioned the protocols here are the REST or the SOAP. So REST means it is using HTML, XML and the JSON. And what is the REST representation? Is a representational state transfer protocol. But it's a simple object access protocol. It is doing is only using the XML, what it is representing. So here REST can take over the SOAP, that is a SOAP protocol what you are, because it is also supporting the XML. But the SOAP what you are mentioning, it can't take over the REST protocol because it is won't support the all the versions what it is having. The HTML version or the JSON version, it is not supported. It is a simply it is a some object oriented one and depends upon the state here. So these are the two representations what you have chosen. So what are the two roles what you are providing here? The first one is the service provider, and then next one service consumer. The provider, who could be the provider means anyone. For example, you can choose the Google, IBM, and then next Apple, any Microsoft, and Amazon. Many providers will be there. So what is the work of the provider here is they will wait for the request from the consumer. So once a request has been raised, what they have to do is nothing but what they are requested will be processed there. So here they will take the request. So for what they are requesting, for what service they are requesting, means they are requesting for any software, or for, they are requesting for any storage or any application or anything. So if any consumer is requesting for the infrastructure oriented one, what they have to do is nothing but they should know whether this consumer is capable of that one, or they has the authorization of that one should be seen. And you are just processing the request is not the thing. What we have to do is nothing but whether the request has been generated from the valid user has to be known by the provider. So after raising the request, what it will do, if they are accessing, want to access their storage space, they will give the storage space. If not, they want to access some runtime environment to develop their programming, what they have to do is nothing but it has to provide the runtime environment there. All things has to be done between the server provider and the service consumer. So the simple thing is they will it will send the request and it will give the response. So the request is I want to access this one, and the response will be it will provide the accessibility to the requested one. So these are the roles of these server oriented architecture what you have chosen. So here next one, in that one, what is the architecture what you have chosen for these web services and the grids? So here what we have to do is nothing but we need to keenly study about the services through the web, because we are providing the services of the cloud through these network only, that is which is the internet only. So that's why mostly the services what you are pronouncing will be the web services only. So here we are using the architectural representations for the web service, and the grids also is seen. So whatever the you are providing could be the through the interfaces only. So the interfaces what you are using will be correspond to the WSDL, that is web services description language, and then Java methods what you are chosen. Here the code bar. So all the time I am using the representations in means in the previous sessions also there you are having a word called middleware. So you are having a middleware in all these things. So what is a middleware here is, so it will make you access. For example, I'm writing a program in Java, and so I'm sending this program to your to other person who is not having a Java accessing the Java environment there. What they have to do, just they need to install the Java, and they have to, means if they are using the CORBA interface, the CORBA stands for Common Object Request Broker Architecture. What it does here is interface, what this CORBA interface does here is it will provide the environments, what it will convert the program of my thing, means that is a Java program, what it is, it won't take all the programming there. So what it has to take, the main thing what it is, that is the logic of the program will be taken only, because you are completely translating the program, means it's not the thing could be done easily. So what he has to do, he has to take only the logic of that one. So what this interface, this CORBA interface will do is it acts as a middleware. So what is a middleware is what has sent the program will be join, that is will be translated to their understandable environment, and it try to execute that one. So that is a middleware thing. We are having middleware, more than many middleware technologies what you are chosen. They also some architectures what it is following, and what it is doing is any messaging mechanisms, or they, or if you want to develop any object oriented model, or if you want to develop any language which is completely uses object only, because it is completely depends upon the common object request broker architecture. That's why it is these are the things it is supported by this CORBA. Means what it is doing is it is completely describes, or it acts as a middleware, and also supports the environment which has been support, means give to the others to program in many ways. So here these are the specifications we has been included for the is distributed systems what you are chosen. So what these interfaces will do means the WSDL or the Java method or this CORBA IDL. What these interfaces will do? These interfaces will link with the high level communication systems, which are the customized one. These high level communication systems can be SOAP, REST, RMI, that is IOOP. These all things has to be considered. So we are taking these things. The means what we are doing, we are taking the interface here. So what is an interface in your when you are specifying an operating system, that is definition, it acts as an interface between the user and hardware. Means it provides an environment that could be easy for both of them. So the interfaces what we are chosen here, three different interfaces. Among these three, any one can be chosen, and among these these three or many will be there. These could be linked to the communication system. So after linking these to the this one, these communication system will support the features which is having some particular like message sending through message patterns, like remote procedure calls, and then fault recovery, any routing will be there, any specialized routing will be there, and then next any tolerance will be there, like that all these things has to be conducted. So all these communication systems means SOAP, RMI, and the next IOOP what you are chosen are built on the message-oriented middleware. Because what we are taking is we are providing all these things through the virtualization. They are not in your physical environment. We are creating a virtual environment, and we are providing a gateway to connect to that one and to get the services enact. So to connect to the gateway, what we need first we need the interfaces. And then next, these interfaces will be connected to the communication systems. These communication systems, what you are chosen, will be built on the message-oriented middleware. Why? Because this has to provide the functionality. Which one is a rich one? That is a what you are saying is a maximized one, and also supporting these virtualizations of sending, or these receivers or routing. All these things has to be maintained here. So this is an example, or this is a layered architecture for the is web services and the grids what you are having. So in this diagram, we are having three different levels. So in this different levels, four different levels. We are having underneath bit level internet, and then next service internet, service context, and then next we are having the higher level services here. So this diagram what you are having is the distributed entities what are involved in the web services and also in the grid systems what you are chosen. So here we are mentioning there is a data link and the physical layer there. Network IP is there. For the transporting, we are using TCP and then XUD. And you are having the secure shell SSH. You are having the in I think in CNS you will see this SSH secure hash will be there. And then next for presentation we are using XDR, And then for the protocol, we are providing HTTP, FTP, and the DNS. All these things will be considered. So these are the sorry, these are the things we need to consider for establishing the connection and for processing all these things. So underneath all these things, sorry, above that one, we are having one environment, that is the base hosting environment. That is our environment. So in this environment also, it is being divided there. So first one is for the internet, and then above one is for the context, that is for the information, and then next you are having for the services. So the first one, what you have chosen here is the service interfaces and service internet transport. That is the protocols what you are using. In service interfaces, we can use WSDL or IDL, or we can use the Java methods for the service interfaces. And the protocols, what it is providing here is, the protocols may include what are the communication systems you have been chosen there. Means you have chosen SOAP protocol or RMI or any IOP protocol, like that we have to specify. And then next, we need to give the what is the context of here. That is, it means what are the services we are having, and what is the basic information about that one, and how we are going to maintain all these things has to be specified there. After that, we are having, and then last one, that is higher level services. Means these are up to these end user. Means the application will be seen by the end users there. What could be the workflow, and there could you find these website, that is useful services, and what are the grids are active, how many systems are there, or how many services have been allocated, and how many services are that is remaining. Like these things has to be considered there. So sorry, these are the things we have to maintain all these things. So likewise, I said what you need to do, we need to maintain all these things into consideration. That is fault recovery, message patterns, specialized routing, fault tolerance, all this. So if we are seeing there is a fault tolerance has been occurred, what it has to do is nothing but we need to overcome that one. So for that one, it uses the basic OSA layer. You know, that is a basic ISO OSA layer is there. Na? So these layers protocol, that capability, they has been taken into count there. Means because it is copying, or it is following only the protocol of that ISO OSA model, and he is trying to modify the different abstractions what it is taking there. So that is, it is taking these messages into the packets, and then next the addresses, the physical addresses what you are taken will be converted into the virtual address. Means for example, you are having that is in paging technique, there you are having multiple address patterns is there now. So like in this one, we are having the virtual address. Means you are having their physical address, and then next another type of the virtual, so another types of the address spaces will be there now. Means when you are using things in the page table, the address spaces will change. Here also we need to take the addressing of your things. That's why we are using the virtual address. Likewise, you are maintaining the page table in the operating system environment. Here also we will maintain the page tables also. So these things has to be considered. And for security, for we need to implement the security here. So for this, we will take the IP security, that is IPsec or secure sockets. So here the IPsec or the secure socket, the sessions what you have chosen here, the IPsec or the security sockets will be specified here. And for entity communication, what we need to do here is we need to take some registries to communicate. Also we need to register, and we need to maintain the metadata, and also we need to manage all these things into consideration. So these things has to be specified, these things has to be maintained here. So here what we are doing is the code bar and the next Java, what you are specifying here is they has been used rapidly in distributed environment, because the cloud what you are choosing here is, it is not a distributed one. What it is having is a centralized one also. So here in the distributed environment to achieve these things, that is to process your data in a high performance manner, and also to give the service means which is beneficial to others in a clear manner. What we need to do is nothing but we need to take the things what it is having in the earlier only. Means from the earlier years we are using Corba and Java approaches only in these distributed systems, rather than if I say that is SOAP, XML or REST or IOOP or MI or these things. So what could be the web services and then tools we are using? So here uh, the thing is, what are the tools we are providing here could be in this previous diagram you are having two different service architectures there, so which is for the web services or the REST systems also. So both these web service and then REST systems will have the different, that is the distinct approaches will be there. So because they are not have the common behavior, they will have their own behavior. So for building the reliable interoperable systems, what we need to do is nothing but we need to specify these two things. These two things have their distinct approaches there. If you consider the web services, it will aim or it will concentrate on the aspects of the service and its environment only. That is, it is using this thing, that is in this web services, what it is specifying is it is only oriented with the service only and its environment, and it won't concentrate on the other things. So it will specify the service and its environment. So for this the web service, it will use the SOAP protocol here, and when it becomes to these hosting or any available things, what it has to do is nothing but it has to include or it has to that is any key parts are there, means any protocol has been there, or what are the softwares we are using, it's not been included there. What it is doing is it is concentrating on the service and its environment only. Whereas in the REST approach, what it is doing is it is having minimal information there. What is the you know in the protocol structure we have the header part and the message body part will be there na. So what it is doing is it is maintaining the minimal information in the header part, and the message body what you are doing, it is also carries the needed information only. No, it not providing all the information there. What it is doing, it is providing the some information there only. So here the architecture what you are choosing here is in the REST architectures. So it is providing the information which is used for the implementation specific only, not for the that is explaining or any theoretical work. If we go for the web services, the web services, that is a SOAP architecture. The SOAP architecture is important, and also it is specifying all these things in the different level here. So if you go for the REST one, what it is doing is it is as likewise I said, it is using XML schemas and also HTML schemas there. These HTML XML schemas has been used and provided all these things. So while specifying or while developing all these things, the web service, that is a SOAP, and then next REST architecture. If you are using the REST architecture, you will have the benefits, if you are using the REST protocol, you will have the benefits. What are the benefits it is providing here is it is allowing the user to know what are the rapid technologies which has been involved in it. But by using the SOAP environment, what it is doing, it is giving only the all the aspects of the service and its environment only, but the implementation part is not used here. So if you go for the how could you get the data, means why we need to specify the service oriented architecture. So why we need to go for the service oriented architecture here. So for this one we have the concept, that is the evolution of the SOA. So here, what you have chosen SOA is been applied for these building the grids and then clouds and then grid of clouds, cloud of grid. See him. I am using grids here, and then next you are using the clouds also. So they are also means there is a possibility of we can use the grids of the clouds, means to construct a grid system we are using clouds, and to construct a cloud system we can use the grids also. And there are also inter clouds, means some of the clouds will be taken and then formed as a cloud there. So these are the things has to be specified while means construction, all these things. So while constructing the things, how these data has been traversed or the data has been specified. So the first data or the first thing will be raw data, means it's not the data what you have chosen or what you are going to process. So first you will have the data. Data means for example, you are creating a table. For creating a table you have some raw information, that one. So after that you created a table, that is called the data. And for example, you are writing some queries to access some particular information, that is the information. Means for that particular process only you need that data, the data, that is called as the information. From that information you come to know the, that is this much of people are there, or some process information will be known to you, that is called the knowledge. And there you gains the wisdom, and by that you will come to the decisions there. Means simply you are getting to the decisions, it's not the thing. What we need to do here is we need to take care earlier information there, earlier information, and then you have to process. Means for example, you need to that is know about the annual income. Okay, how come you know? That is, you have to take the many, means the data which has been stored in your server. From that you have to annual income, means this year. So this year has to be selected. From that you come to know this one. Okay, so you after that what we have to do is nothing but if whether the annual income what year means this year will be greater, means much greater than, more than from the last year, not, you should know. So further you means the knowledge is the annual income is that one. What is the wisdom here is you will compare with this thing, and then you come to decision that so this one is not the thing what you are selected, means it is a low or it is less, we will specify all these things. So where we need to collect the data, simply I am saying by taking the tables and then examples. So these are not like that now, we need to take the live examples there. So for that, we need to collect the data. For that collecting the data, we can through these sensors, means the Zigbee devices, Bluetooth devices, Wi-Fi access points, any PC or the mobile phone or any type of the RFID, any device, any type of the sensors, these things will be taken into the count to take the to collect the data. After collecting the data, you will go to the that is knowledge and then wisdom and then decisions. Whatever I said will be theoretically possible. To become or the to execute the practically, we need to include two different not two sorry, two different types of the things into our environment. Sorry, this one is the filter service, FS. FS stands for the filter service, and then next SS is stands for the sensor service. See here, ma, whatever you are getting at this outer section. So here, these are the things what you have chosen. Apart from this portal, see all these things. These are the ways where I can get the data. So I'm using mobile phone, I'm using some data centers there, and I am collecting from another one. I am collecting from the satellite, I am collecting from the spatial, and I am also going for another grid is there. Any another spatial information, I am choosing database. So there are the another, and I also see here the webcam is there. So from the webcam also, I means the information is getting the video of there. What I am doing, I am specifying here. So I'm the turbine, and then next, these are the things what I am choosing to process. So There also aeroplane is there. I want to get the data from the aeroplane, where I have to do. So I need to specify, they have to place a sensor. So for each and everything you are having a SS. So here we are having a SS there, that is the sensor service. So what these sensor service does, or all these SS devices will do is, all these devices what you are specifying will interact with the large or small computers according to their environment. Means it is not simply connected to why you are maintaining different filter services here. Means so you are having the information from the plane, and you are having the information from the phone, and you are combining, merging the information of both. Means it's not the thing. So whatever the computers designed for these systems has to be any store the information collected from this one or this one, like. So what you have to do, we need to take all these things into consideration. So if you want to take these aeroplanes into count, what you have to, we have to take the SS devices information, and you have to store all these data there. So for storing, what you have to do is nothing but, first they are means first they have to process. Here is not that, before processing, all these systems should interact with any large or small computers. These small computers what you are chosen will form a grid or a database or a cloud. So or you can specify them as a filter cloud, or you can specify them as a storage cloud or compute cloud, any type of cloud, or the discovery cloud, or any means based on whatever the data has been collected from the aeroplanes has been stored in this filter cloud. From the satellites will be collected in the filter cloud, like that we will specify. So based on your environment you will decide what would be any means you have to store on the grid or any database. Here database will be there. So database you want to store on the database, again you want to give to the filter code, that's based upon the systems what you have chosen. And after storing all the information into this one, means you have collected the information in from this aeroplane, and this you have stored in this filter cloud. What it is doing, what it is performing here is, this will use to eliminate all the unwanted raw data. Why? Because we need to respond to the specified request only, not from the all the considerations there. So what it has to do, no need to consider all these things there. What it has to specify here is, I don't need anything raw here, inappropriate information or unwanted data. I don't need here. What I need here is the basic information, what it is to process, just to process your request. All these things has to be considered. So first information will be taken through these sensors. These sensors will give the this information to the filter cloud. This filter cloud will give the that is the data through this portal. Before that one, what we need to do, we need to take this FS, that is filter services. The filter services will filter or will respond to the specific request only. So all these collections of filter services will form again a filter cloud. And then next what you are doing is you will connect these filter clouds or these to these one the portal. The portal will give the information to the specified desktop or any device what you are connected. So what is the aim of this service oriented architecture here is, it is to search for or sort out, or it needs to give the useful data from the massive amounts of the raw data. So to give the useful information, what you have to do is nothing but, we need to take SSS, that is a sensor services into account. The sensor services will get the information from anywhere, and then next they will give to the small or the large computers. What there will have these FSS will be there. So what this will do, FS will be take these unwanted raw data from that one, and take only the specified request, and it will be stored in these clouds what you have mentioned. It is a compute or the storage or discovery or the filter cloud. So what it is doing is, it is going to connect with the portal using these inter-service messages, and it will give the data to the other one. So here the processing of these data what you are doing here will give the useful information which is will be that is knowledgeable to the person. So here what we are doing is finally we need to take the intelligent decisions based on these uh, the things what you are chosen or what you are processed here. So most of these systems what you are what you are using has requiring the web interface or a portal like that, means here what I mentioned. So the portal or the web interface like that, it has to be specified. So what is this portal will do is before passing the raw data to this any device, any of the device connected to the portal, what it is doing, it is collecting the raw information, that is the large number of the sensors what you are taking, and it is could be transformed into the useful information. And these useful information will be that is will be given to this portal through inter-service that is messages, and which could be accessed by the web service there. For example, if you want to see if you want to listen all these things or anything, what we need to do, we need to connect your network, and these networks will be processing. So simply we are listening to my voice, or simply we are seeing all these things. How come it is possible, means we need to connect to your network system, and these network systems will get the signals from your that is what you are from your tower, and these towers are connected to the satellites. All these things were done. So some disturbances will occur, some processings will occur. What has to the inter service messages, that is a portal, has to avoid all these things into that one. And then next you are having to get the data which is useful to only, not all the data which is unwanted to you, like that. We can build any number of the portals, or we can use any number of things in that one. So this is the introduction, that is the introduction about your SOA architecture what you are using here. So the next one is grid versus clouds. uh, Likewise we are saying the grids and then next clouds what you have chosen, what it is processing here is, so they are equal, means they are processing, they are specifying in a equivalent manner. For the web services, what you are doing is the workflow technologies what you are using here is will change based upon these things. So the grid says the system what you are using will apply static resources here. So the cloud will emphasize only the elastic resources, means if you specify any sharing will be there. So the grid what it is here is, it is limited in dynamic sharing, because we are supporting the virtualization environment here, and also some atomic computing. For example, you can, if you want to build a grid which is out of the multiple clouds, it will be possible. Means this type of the grids what you are chosen will do these better jobs, better than when you compare with a pure cloud there. So if you are considering the support from these resource allocation, there is the support what you are mentioning here is a explicitly it will be negotiated. Means explicit support is not given to the grids, only the implicit way, only this one be considered. So if you want to build any type of one, any type of the system like grid of clouds, clouds of grids, clouds of clouds, and interclouds or any systems of the systems, what you have to do is nothing but we need to take the basic architecture which is the SOA. So what is the SOA here? Service oriented architecture, means it concentrates on the information which is used for your that is making the ultimate decisions which are the which are based on your wisdom. So that's why what they are doing, they are providing that is the software, that is the architecture must include some sensors to take these data into the account. These data what are they, means they are being again from the different objects has to be stored on the large systems. These large systems what you are processing has to has been get the what the data that has been stored or that has been get from the different one has to be filtered, because the data what they are got is not the correct one. That is the raw data we need to filter. So for this filtering service, of course, we will write some programs or that one to process all these things. So the filtered one only will go to the process there. So by using the portal we are using. So these are the several that is the differences when considered in the grid computing and the cloud computing. The utilization, if the utilization is considered, what we need to do here, we need to specify it is a single task, that is a multiple servers will be taken onto a single task. So here one server will take the different task here. The example is multiple servers will execute one task here. One server only will execute multiple tasks here. Typical usage pattern here is how we are executing the program here is within the limited of the time, but we can execute the long running services because there is no limited time to process here. The level of abstraction what you are specifying or what you are considering here is we need to include high level of the detail, and then next here we need to not need to maintain these detail in detail here, only give the abstraction, that is a clear cut information will be there. What is the task size is large but is a single only. So here we are taking small and the medium tasks to be processed. So here maximum computing will be there, depends upon the users wish, that is if the consumers are demanding the services, then they will add the services to that one, resources to that one. If there is no any demand for that one, there is a scalability is there, but here not scalability, it is completely including all these things into that one. So accessibility here is high-end capabilities per se, who all these things has to be done. So here it is the decentralized one, here's the centralized computer. We need to take all these things into consideration, single point access only there. But here we are having the distributed sign, and then central control is there. All these things has to be considered. What is the middleware you are using, what are the virtualization. So the virtualization will be on the data on computing resources only. Here it will be for the hardware and the software platforms what you are choosing. So these are the different things where it is having its behavior that is differ from the grid computing and then cloud computing here. So that's about today's class now. So in this software environments, we have gone through these software architecture, which is a service oriented architecture. So here we need to specify that whatever you are design, any cloud or anything, any service, what it has to be, it must have its purpose to process or anything like that we need to specify. In the next class we will discuss, so I will discuss the remaining things. Thank you.